For the first question, hi, I'm Kit for Elvis Batchild, play bass. The first question, in reference to your single, Can't Go Out, how was the creative process that led to materialize this song? We wrote this directly after the protests in Seattle. The band was really, hyper emotional due to the nature of the George Floyd killing, along with the insecure nature of the protests and police brutality, along with the pandemic. Everything kind of hit a boiling point, and it was kind of like lightning in a bottle. We came in with a song that our drummer and guitarist had written, just the melody and the beat, the rhythm, and then our lead singer Rain Lake came in and just threw everything down from the vocal perspective, and we had a song. Most of our songs take about 3 to 4 days to write. This happened in 20 minutes, which is pretty mind-blowing. The second part of the question was, how was recording during the pandemic? Amazing. Hard because of the social distancing requisites that we had to adhere to, but the opportunity to come together as a band, as 5 members and work with our sound engineer, Christian, was incredible. I wouldn't change it for the world. We kind of got in there and got out. I think we had 4 days of recording and 4 days of mixing, and we did it back to back. So that was quite the experience. But to manifest a situation that powerful during a time where you had to be socially distanced, it took a lot of thought and practice, but it's those kind of things that really bring people together. So recording in the pandemic, it was a lot of work and a lot of thought went into it. A good amount of money too, but wouldn't change it. Question number 2, what has been the negative and positive impact of the pandemic for the band? Part 1. So yeah, positive. Let's just start with the positive. The most glaring impact that this pandemic has had on the band is how much better we've gotten at our instruments. All of us came into this band, talented musicians. We knew what was going on, but with the pandemic, we had a chance to really sit down and put a microscope at who we were as musicians. I play bass. We have 2 guitarists. We have a drummer, and we have a singer. We lost our drummer right when the pandemic happened, and we came up on a better one. No shots at our old drummer, but our new drummer just, he really, really cares. And to see the pandemic as what it is, it's terrible. People are dying and people are losing jobs, and the one thing that we can take out of it as musicians is we have a lot of time on our hands, and we've written, we've come together, we've danced, as a small group of 5 individuals, but we stayed together. We said, let's keep practicing, let's keep our heads down. The only negative part of this is we can't play live. And that sucks. That's our lifeblood. That's our bread and butter. We're a live band, and we sound pretty good in the studio too. But when it comes to live music, that's where we thrive. That's what we love to do. We want to play for people, and that's where it really hits. The second part of the question is, do you think the music industry will one day go back to where it was at the end of 2019? Sure. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's going to be different. Everything's going to be different, but that's natural. We live in a diverse ecosystem of ever-changing circumstances. So yeah, it's going to be different, but will it be thriving again? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just like a forest fire, when that shit burns down, it comes back stronger. So it's going to be the same. It's going to be rocking and rolling. Give it a few months, maybe a year. It's coming back. What do you think of, question 3, what do you think of today's independent music scene? Awesome. One thing that I will say about the independent music scene is it does feel a little too compartmentalized. As a Seattle band, we'll go out and be like, hey, let's go play some shows. And you'll have other bands be like, hey, well, we don't really have the same genre as you. Come on. You know, that's, to me, the weakest part of the independent music scene. I think we need more collaboration. We need more teamwork. You know, we've gotten to the point where this isn't going to happen from a band-by-band perspective. This is going to be a community-based, grassroots movement of artists coming together and thriving. And so the music is awesome. The music coming out of the independent scene is awesome. I can't even get enough of it. But I do believe there needs to be a more of a sense of community, more of a sense of togetherness and progress and teamwork. I think there needs to be more collectives and people getting together and recording, kind of like you would in a union, you know. So yeah, it's a two-sided coin that seems to be driven by really awesome music, but just like most things, the human ego gets in the way of trying to succeed on your own, where that needs to die, you know. So that's my take on the independent music. Question 4, what are the short, medium, and long-term goals with Elvis Batchild? Sorry, plans. Play music. Short, medium, long-term. Play good, quality, awesome music that people love for the rest of our lives. I don't care if it's to 2 people, to -12, or to 100,000. Doesn't matter. The goal of this band is to love and create, and to take this life one day at a time, and to genuinely give it our all, you know, and to be more, I guess, objective with it. I would say the short medium goal is to keep recording, and get back to live music, and really go at this with all we got. Long-term goal, we want to be full-time musicians. You know, all of us have jobs on the side that we love. Just kidding. We do like them. But we want to be full-time musicians. That's the goal. And we want to keep creating music for everyone to hear. But more than anything, this is what makes us happy. You know, this is the shit that, you know, we dream about. You know, that there isn't a single one of us that, you know, hasn't been dreaming about being on a big stage in front of thousands of fans since we were kids. So that's why we're doing this, is because it's our lifeblood. It's what connects all of us. It's what makes us happy. It's what wakes us up. It's what we dream about, you know. That's our goal. So we're not really going to stop until we can't breathe anymore, you know. So that's what Elvis Batchild is. You know, it's not 5 dudes playing music. It's 5 dudes that can't do anything else but play music. And we're doing our best to keep the community going and get people, as many people involved, you know, whether they're, you know, visual artists, digital artists, you know. If you want to create, we want to be a part of it. So that's number 5 is, what band or independent project would you recommend us to listen to? There's a few, and I'd like to recommend 2. One being Daisies out of Olympia. I can't even describe what kind of music they are. It's kind of like, you know, dancey kind of music, which is really cool. Highly recommend them. They're out of Olympia. Really cool art and merchandise, so definitely check them out. And the other band I'd like you guys to check out is called Dining Dead. They're out of Seattle, actually friends of mine from growing up. And it's kind of like old school rock and roll. You know, I can't really, you know, give them a comparison, but they have a song that I really like called Sleeping Painful, and their drum fill into the chorus is just this sick, like, and it's pretty impeccable. So definitely check them out. And that kind of wraps up the questions that you had for us. So just wanted to say thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be featured in your column. Can't wait to see what you got. And definitely reach out with any more questions. Just so you know, there's 5 of us. I'm just a bass player and happen to be the guy that does pretty much the entire PR side of things. But I can guarantee you that every single one of these band members share the same core philosophies of, no one owns it. It's all about the love of music, and we just want to keep pushing forward. So thanks again for having us, and can't wait for the article. Thanks.